Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. We're Altasciences Manufacturing Solutions based here in Harleysville, Pennsylvania. My name is Ben Reed, and I am Vice President of Manufacturing here.
I am Scott Maslinski. I am the Manufacturing Manager.
And today we thought we would take a few minutes to discuss our liquid-filled capsule solutions. So a liquid-filled capsule is simply any liquid or semi-solid that's placed in a two-piece hard shell capsule. The hard shell capsule can be gelatin or HPMC based. And there's a lot of benefits with liquid-filled capsules. Scott, maybe you could talk about some of the benefits.
So yeah, some of the benefits are improved solubility for oral solid dosage drug delivery. And, that includes, liquid carriers as a, better metabolized for the API,
right,
and absorption of the API into the capsule itself.
Yeah, there's a lot of unique excipients that you can place, that you can use with your APIs to really help the body absorb. And that's where liquid-filled capsules really plays a key role in the industry.
Right. And improved formulations, that's another benefit of liquid-filled capsules. Formulations with high drug load, abrasiveness, toxicity, all have a benefit using liquid fill as opposed to the solid oral dosage form.
Yeah, and toxicity is really great because a lot of times toxicity for APIs, the routes of entry most times are inhalation. So if you're able to dissolve or suspend that API in a liquid-based formulation, it really reduces the chances of actually hurting one of your employees or a person. So when you're able to do that, it just becomes easier then to make that drug formulation for your client.
Right. Another benefit is the improved homogeneity between the low and high potency API formulations. So it's a difference between the high dose and a low dose formulation.
Yeah, we've really seen that hands-on with a couple of our blend formulations that are extremely low, where it's very challenging to get blend uniformity. It's very challenging to get on the small part. We did with one of our formulations, but as you scale that on the solid side, it became quite challenging. And we actually had to move to a higher formulation. The opposite's really true with liquid-filled capsules is if you're able to suspend or even better yet, solubilize the API, then it's a uniform solution and you're able to scale that with much ease.
Right. And also the drug formulation and polymer composition of the capsule can be customized for different types of API or different properties and dissolution profiles.
Yeah, it's really unique. There's a lot of capsule manufacturers out there that can make capsules that dissolve in different parts of your body, so they can target different areas, which is a key component.
Right. And also the abuse deterrent benefits of liquid-filled capsules. I know the FDA has they consider a liquid-filled capsule with a band an abuse deterrent form of
the product. And we've worked early on. This goes back a few years now, where we had a few abuse deterrent suspensions. The challenging part, if you remember, was actually cleaning the equipment afterwards, because it's almost like you're dealing with a type of a super glue, but it's formulated in that manner so that you can't actually pull out the schedule 2 through 5, really schedule 1 through 5 out of the capsule.
Right. So then moving on to a few challenges of liquid-filled capsules. I know in our experience, we've had a lot of different formulations that had a high centipoise, and that can be a challenge with liquid-filled capsules as opposed to an oral solid dose form. And then a few other challenges is maintaining continuous temperature control of the formulations. For liquid-filled capsules, it's it's a suspension or solution that you have to maintain a temperature throughout the entire filling process, as opposed to oral dose where there's no temperature requirements for that. And then also along with that is the continuous mixing and homogeneity of the solution itself. You have to make sure it's continuously mixed as you're filling. Otherwise, if it's a suspension, it can dissolve, or it can
definitely crash out of the suspension. Yeah, and that's a really good point with the high viscous formulations. Is even though it's easier to get blend uniformity, suspension uniformity with a higher API load, that then becomes challenging with the viscosity of the suspension, and actually getting it through the nozzles, which are very small in size, into the capsule.
Right. Okay, so some of the capabilities that we have here. So the R&D formulation development. So we've worked with many different clients for initial formulation development, reverse formulation matching, small scale capabilities to conserve API. And that includes, hand filling capsules, doing a lot of R&D work to conserve API for different clients. And also with the Benchtop Bander, put a band around that for the, use to turn benefits. And then also stability testing to optimize the formulation, and then scaling up R&D parameters to create a robust GMP process. That's a lot of our clients, they come in with just an R&D formulation, and we scale it up from R&D all the way up to a full robust GMP process.
Yeah, we just went through a nice project maybe about 6 months ago, if you remember, for our one client where they actually were at GMP scale, but they wanted to make minor changes to their formulation. So I think they sent us 7 grams of API. It was something pretty small. So we were able to make up 50, 60 capsules. I don't even remember now. So you can imagine the difficulty of maintaining a temperature at that small of a size, but we're able to do that. It really helps out the clients because a lot of times they don't have any more than 7 or 8 grams of API. If we're able to make 25 capsules and put it on an accelerated stability program and prove that 6 months or really 1 month down the road that they have stability at that accelerated conditions, then they're more likely to come back and create larger scales with us. So getting into this semi-solid dosage manufacturing, like we spoke before, it's a liquid-filled hard shell capsule. You can go with straight liquid. It becomes more challenging. If you go with straight liquid, you want to fill the capsule and go immediate into banding to actually seal the capsule. But you can also do semi-solid or hot melt. And we see most of the clients in this area with the semi-solid. The capsule handling capabilities after it's filled become a little bit easier when it's a semi-solid compared to a liquid. So you would use your encapsulator to fill the capsules, use your bander or sealer to do the banding. And then we also offer our clients 100% weight inspection on a few different machines. So the first Altasciences liquid fill encapsulator that we have here is a Quadcaps LiquidFilled 40. It runs at up to 40,000 capsules per hour. It fills solutions or suspensions up to 5,000 centipoise. You're able to maintain your product hopper temperature at any dial and setting you want. So for gelatin capsules, the hottest you can go is 63 degrees Celsius. HPMC, you're allowed a little bit more leeway, up to 70. At temperatures above those ranges, you will see deformation of the capsules. It can fill all different standard size capsules, 00s through 4s. You can have special parts made up for sizes outside of that, which we have done in the past. And then it runs either gelatin or HPMC, also known as veggie capsules, from various manufacturers. You don't have to use Quadcaps capsules to run on their machine.
And this is one of our other capsule fillers, the Quadcaps F80 capsule filler. So this capsule filler runs at 80,000 capsules an hour. And a few additional benefits to this machine as opposed to the F40 is the individual temperature control on the hopper and the filling block. So you can control a different temperature of the hopper and the product going into the capsules. And then additionally, the intelligent missing capsule sensor during filling, which kind of ensures none of your solution is wasted. It just skips that section and moves on to the next. So it helps preserve some of your formulation.
Yeah, and we've seen some very good benefits with the product's hopper compared to the nozzle temperature. It's kind of hard to explain, but the hopper holds the vast majority of your suspension or solution, but the nozzle block is obviously right before it goes through the end nozzles into your capsule. And what you can see at higher centipoise, as the suspension comes out of the nozzle, it'll want a snow cone like a soft serve machine. By hitting it with a little bit higher temperature, we've overcome those difficulties and we're able to actually fill capsules. So their benefits, even though as they seem minor, are really huge to the pieces of equipment that have really helped out processing.
So wideband capsules bands the joint up between the capsule cap and body, prevents leakage of the liquid product, reduces oxidation of capsule contents, minimizes odor problems associated with both solids and liquids. And as I stated previously, banding is accepted as tamper resistant by the FDA. And also there's a unique marketing ability with a choice of color band. So with that, for different clients, you can have, different color capsules, different color bands, whatever,
whatever they want.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, whatever their marketing group wants. And It is really unique. I mean, obviously the main one is the leakage of the liquid products, but
Right.
we've seen these other ones and we've used them here for our clients, even the minimizing odors. We've had clients where we've actually add smells or flavorings into
Right.
the band itself to try to mask it.
That. Yep.
With good success for that client. And, again, that was a project that we took on in the R&D formulations area with great results for them, and then they scaled it up into GMP.
Right.
So the first bander, and this is in the formulations lab, is this Benchtop Bander. You can see it's pretty simple there. It simulates the banding process of higher speed machines to the best that it can. In a way, it utilizes the two different rollers, which is key for the Quadcaps equipment. Obviously, it's designed for low volume runs, and you do get gelatin temperature control here for the banding solution. Moving right into the 40, this is the same as the F40. This is the S40 or the high cap seal. It runs up to 40,000 capsules per hour. This two roller banding application, the V and the step, is unique. At least it was originally unique to Quadcaps, and it really helped out. The V rollers application was on the left side, and it was the function of that was to just apply a certain amount of band to the capsule. The step roller then smoothed it out. As you can see in the picture there, the banding is actually performed towards the left side of the machine, and then the big drying cabinet on the right side, the capsules were fed through gravity, and they were kept in this drying rack for a certain amount of time, depending on the speed of the machine, and they would discharge at the end and dry.
And this is our S125 capsule bander. So it's the same concept as the S40, but runs at 125 capsules an hour. And it's a slightly bigger drying section, so that's kind of how it helps us optimize that capsules per hour speed. And it has the ability to adjust the roller height and thrust, like the location of the band during operation. And that's been key for a few of our clients, actually, where you put the band on the capsule based on their different formulation.
You think about the size of the capsule, and when you're processing 125,000 capsules per hour, you can imagine how fast that tabletop's going in front of you. And you think about capsules, how small they are, and then the body junction to the cap junction, it's just a specific line, and for the most part, you shoot at 50-50, but we've had clients where we actually are shooting to put only 25% on the body, 75% on the cap, just because we've seen that the bands actually look better when it's towards the top. To be able to dial that in is pretty unique.
Right.
To be able to do it on the fly is even greater for the operators, gives you more control. But the attention to detail that you have to do it in an operation like this is really second to none.
Right. And you need good operators that know how to adjust and where to put the band so you get a good product at the end. And this also has an individual roller adjustment for the speed.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Because when you really are controlling how much gelatin or HPMC is applied to the capsule, which really determines how the band will look, the three areas that we just laid out, the individual roller heights and the thrust and then the roller speed, is really what determines how much is being applied.
And then this is our Quadcaps CWI 40 machine. This is our the Checkweigh. So this runs at 40,000 capsules per hour, and Checkweighs all standard sizes, as well as elongated sizes. So that's typical 0 to 4, and so you can also get custom change parts for that as well. And it also Checkweighs both gelatin and HPMC capsules, and it has a built-in scale at the bottom, so you can check your weights against what the machine's saying. And
it's a really unique system, right? Because you have 6 individual weight pans that move at a high speed, but you're able to program in the machine to actually every interval that you want. It actually takes one of those capsules that it weighed on the top pan, it drops it below to a different calibrated standardized balance and verifies that they're within a certain amount away from each other. Kind of the same thing here for the S125. As you can imagine, it does 125,000 capsules per hour, but it's the same functionality, the same concepts as the CWI 40. Not too many different upgrades, more lanes, it goes faster.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the same functionality as the CWI 40.
So manufacturing process complexities, mixing and homogenization. So here we have a lot of different mixing capabilities from 100 grams up to 500 kilos currently. And that's just the various different size kettles and, various different, mixers and stuff that we have here that we can use for formulations. Another thing for this is vacuum incorporation with a few of our kettles, which is adding excipients and APIs directly into it from the bottom through a vacuum. which is, pretty key for a lot of our clients, that you don't have anything exposed, or it keeps the product kind of closed system.
Right.
And then mixing, homogenizing bulk solutions to reduce viscosity due to high drug load. And that's a lot of, we've seen with a lot of different formulations where, you have to mix and, mix for a long time just to kind of get to the right centipoise for it to be able to fill.
Right.
And then also the various, heating and different support equipment to maintain the temperatures during the mixing and homogenization. That's another thing that plays a big role in this.
Yeah, we have not only heaters here, but chillers in the same unit. So we've utilized it a lot because we do have processes where we run an homogenizer. You can imagine the amount of energy that a homogenizer would add. So we're counteracting that additional heat load with cooling on the jacket to maintain the product temperature within the client specifications.
Yeah.
For the encapsulation part, filling bulk solution suspensions with high viscosity, we monitor the equipment during the filling process. It's not like running a tablet press. We really monitors all the cam strokes for you. This is really operator intensive. You can imagine that not only you're filling a liquid, but you're filling a liquid at a high temperature. The smallest amount of spillage anywhere just kind of builds on itself. So the operators really have to be key into this process, which they are. We have excellent operators here. Our operators are able to do this troubleshooting potential filling issues. And it really is how quickly you can react to something happening. That has not only completely saved batches for our clients, but allowed them minimal waste and processing. And then a lot of our clients have us do 100% manual inspection of the capsules following the filling process. We found that this is key because if there's any of the solution or suspension on the outside of the capsule, the band won't adhere to it, which obviously faces problems then further downstream.
And then some complexities with the banding and sealing. Adjustments to band height on capsules due to the nature of the formulation. That's something that we discussed previously, that you have to make sure you have the correct band height on the capsule based on the different formulations that we've seen. Banding difficulty due to product on the outside of the capsules, as Ben just mentioned. We've seen that in many cases where you think everything's going well, and you notice that there's capsules that have product on the outside, and that becomes a huge issue. When that happens.
As long as you catch it during filling, you're okay because you make adjustments or you can clean. If it gets to this stage, typically you're adding a deviation or something in line, and I don't think it's happened here that we haven't caught it, but just imagine you would have to somehow clean those capsules.
And another thing is the ability to use the different banding colors, different capsule configurations, which is huge for different companies that want to kind of distinguish their capsules from other companies. Right. And then we also offer 100% manual inspection of capsules following banding as well, and that's just to make sure all the capsules were banded correctly, everything visually, capsules no defects, stuff like that.
Right. And we've gone into, if you think about some of the validations that we've done, some of the additional testing that we've done on the band to prove that the band was good, was vacuum testing, either the entire batch or different sections of it. And we've done heavy into that for some of our process validations that we've done for our clients. So why Altasciences and why a liquid filled capsule? Well, there's a lot of reasons. We just highlighted a few here on this last slide, or slide towards the end. We have a proven track record. We've been in business since 2008. We have numerous successful liquid filled capsules projects for numerous different clients. Many of them have gone into process validation for our clients. We do have the right employees here. Not only do we take time in actually finding the right employee, but we really take a lot of time in training them.
Yes,
from day one to it's probably approaching 9 months to a year before an operator would become the lead operator in a room. So we really take our time with providing them that training, which gives them the attention to detail. Because, not only do you have you have 2 or 3 operators, in a room running a liquid filler. Not only are they paying attention to liquid filler, but they're paying attention to the kettle at the same time, to the heated transfer lines, to doing the in-process checks. There's a lot that they need to pay attention.
One thing that's missed could mess the whole entire process. So it's something that we try to strive everyone to attention to detail.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the benefits of the liquid filled capsule is first in human clinical trials. It's really the fastest, the first in human. That's because the minimal formulation development that's required. To put it pretty bluntly, it's candle wax. It's high molecular pegs that you can melt down and suspend your API. So you don't have to spend the time, the energy, or the money into formulating an API to get it into human clinical trials to even see if it works. You can actually suspend it in these waxes, fill it into capsules, seal it, release it, get it into human trials, and see if it works. If it does work, then you have the option to go back and refine that formulation if needed. And, you know, we want to take the opportunity to say thank you to everyone for viewing this. Again, my name is Ben. This is Scott.
Yep.
If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Either it's Scott, the manager, or myself, Ben. We both have a lot of experience in liquid-filled capsules. Our emails are there. You can find our phone number on the website. We would love to talk to you.
We'd be happy to answer any questions as well.
Yeah, certainly.